Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Cigar Advisor Cigar Review panel cigar review. I'm Gary Korb, and today we're going to be evaluating the Las Calaveras 2024 LC52 from Crown Head Cigars. I'll have more details for you shortly, but first let's meet the panel. This Gulick will never have a cowlick. It's Cigar Advisor features writer and editor Jared Gulick. He became unburdened by what has been on the day he changed his hairstyle. It's Cigar Advisor features writer Paul Lukens.
True story.
He's at his most colorful in the fall when he begins to lose his foliage. It's Cigar Advisor managing editor John Pulo.
Hello.
And finally, he's young, he's fresh, he's new, and he's going to be writing about cigars for you. It's Ryan Weiss, who is our newest cigar advisor and famous smoke shop copywriter. So
Right on.
welcome, Ryan.
Welcome, Ryan.
All right. Well, anyway, here are the specs for the Las Calaveras 2024 LC52. And the reason I call it a 52 is because it is a 5x52 Robusto. It's made at My Father Cigar in Esteli, Nicaragua. The wrapper is Nicaraguan Habano over Nicaraguan binder and filler. And I believe all the tobaccos have been grown on the Garcia family farms. It's presented in boxes of 24 cigars, which you'll find at famous-smoke.com. All right. So, Jared, what can you tell us a little bit about the backstory?
It's funny, Gary. There's not really a whole lot of backstory to this, unless you're brand new to cigars.
Right.
So the inside baseball is that it's a yearly release, it's limited edition, and it sells really fast. And every year they have they have a different blend. But I think what's most important about this is what we're about to talk about, what it tastes like, so that they can find out if this is a cigar that belongs in their humidor.
Right. Okay. Well, I agree with that. And I also just want to add that the medallions on the side contain the initials of people who have passed away over the last year. And these are friends of
Right.
the guys at Crown Head, Sean Huber and Mike Conder. So anyway, I'm going to start with Paul. Paul, tell us a little bit about the construction of this cigar and its appearance, what they can expect when they open the box.
It's a gorgeous wrapper, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like well
Oh, yeah.
packed, but it's a real nice wrapper.
All of us are stacking nickels over here. Look at this.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Italian,
The cigar
man.
burns really well.
This thing burns great.
Yeah, it's
Well,
Really
consider
well.
the pedigree, though, right? I mean, stuff that comes out of My Father is some of the better stuff out there. And
sure, absolutely. No disagreement from me.
all right. Well, anyway, let's talk a little bit about the pre-light and toasting flavors. The pre-light for me was, first of all, the cigar draws really well. Everybody have a good draw on the cigar.
No draw.
There's no question about the quality of the construction on the cigar.
But it actually had kind of a whiff of brownie at the foot. Like we're gonna, I think, all be talking about sweetness at various points.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This one is loaded. But even before it got started, you give it a little bit of a whiff before you light it. So it had kind of a little bit of a brownie, chocolatey type of
Okay.
smell to it. The taste, though, I think is sweet. Like, wow, sweet. Like, so just these huge layers of citrus and mineral. And so it's a Habano, so it's that tangy citrus.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so it's balanced with Habano and a bit of woodiness in the oak, that came across as oak. And that was really the first impression, because as we're now getting into the first few and about a half an inch in, that it's more of a charred oak kind of sensation. But now we've set pretty much the baseline, the mineral that was from the pre-light, the earthiness. So you're seeing his earthiness, that's kind of, and the Habano citrus. That kind of like it's made its stamp. So now you're going to see more of this going forward.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that, because for me, like, my first puff kind of was, you were talking about brownie.
Yeah.
Mine was more like a cookie sweetness.
Okay.
So it's in the same
We're in the
ballpark.
same bakery.
Yeah, in the same bakery.
I got
absolutely.
brown sugar.
And then what
So-
what
yeah, I got molasses.
all right.
what kind of disappointed me for a second though is like the sweetness goes away. Like
Yes, it does.
immediately. But then after a couple puffs it starts
Coming
working
back.
its way back in.
Yeah.
It's not at about a half inch every time.
Don't give up on it after the third puff and you're like, where'd that sweetness go? Because it's coming back.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, you just getting going there about the first half inch. How's it been for you so far?
Yeah, definitely getting like a bit of the sweetness. I definitely agree more like the brown sugar. That's kind of the vibe I
Okay.
was getting. But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
All right, great.
Awesome, man.
Okay, that's what we want to hear. All right, so the first several inches, the opening flavors, I got like this, like this light sweetness like you guys got, and at about a half inch where Ryan's at, I'm just about there too.
Yeah.
It starts to sweeten up again, as you said. But I also got some nutmeg and like what I call the curious tanginess.
The curious.
Just get the curious tang, like a kind of a. It's not fruity.
I thought for
it's
you it'd be
not-
more like the Keurig tanginess.
Get any like black tea or herbal notes? Because
I did get some herbal notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
it's herbal, but I
Mhm.
took it a little further into like black tea, and I got some raisin as far as you were talking about sweetness. It was like raisin and molasses.
I'm definitely getting raisin. I don't know about molasses. Definitely raisin.
I thought it was more molasses too, but then it was more brown sugar
Yeah.
for me. So it was
But
like
I'm with Pulo. For once, him and I are aligned on this. Like it's definitely like this middle blanket
Yeah.
of citrus and earth.
See,
Like
I'm not getting citrus.
you're not getting any citrus, no
No.
tang at all.
That might just be the way it's hitting me as far as, I mean, it might be the same kind of sweetness, but you're picking it up. that
Yeah,
way. Because here's the thing, it's right around this point, is maybe about halfway through the first quarter, right? All of a sudden, it's like now the spice has revealed itself.
Yeah.
I was
Like-
waiting for the pepperine glass.
Yeah,
right?
well, it comes in about a half an inch of the way, and when it comes, it's a zoop, just takes
Oh,
right
yeah.
off. And so that's why maybe I'm missing out on some of the molasses and some of the brown sugar or something like that, because now all of a sudden this spice has introduced itself. Actually, it's kind of like kicked in the
It
door
kind
and
of
said,
takes over. Yeah.
yeah,
It
it's
does
like,
take over.
hello, I'm here.
What kind of spice? Because I got like a red, like a cayenne type of.
I got
cayenne-
black pepper.
Cayenne.
Walking across my tongue in golf shoes.
Not
That
Cramp-
is-
walking across my tongue with crampons.
But
Wait, crampons?
Crampon.
Okay, I
Not
I
those.
wasn't sure when I was
Yes.
here.
I woke you up.
Yeah,
But but previous to that, it had been hiding in the finish. Because it kind of,
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
smoking it, and you're not really, you're not thinking
true.
about it. You're sitting here and you bullshit like the rest of us, and then you don't, you're not paying it full attention. Then you don't realize it's hiding out. The spice and the pepper is hiding out the finish. Then all of a sudden, we're here, and it's just like it's here, and hello, I'm spicy now.
Who was the punk rocker who famously said 4 chords plus 3 minutes equals a song, something like that?
no, it's 3 chords in the truth.
Huh?
Isn't it 3 chords in the truth?
No, I the one that I'm thinking of was minutes. But regardless, like if you think about great music, right? Like some of the the greatest hits out there are just simple songs with 4 chords, right? Like you could listen to Santana at Woodstock and get 10,000 notes and bongos and congas and all this other stuff, and you're gonna get an awesome experience. But you could also listen to Nirvana's 4 chords and get an awesome experience. And this is more of that 4 chord song for me.
Okay.
okay, I kind of agree with John and you for that matter that it's it just kind of sets itself up and it just goes through
Well,
through its motions.
It is what it is, and what it is it's a good cigar. And
It
does
is.
it well. It stays within it. It is nothing like. This is a Pepin cigar, right? It's made with Nicaraguan tobacco. That's like right in the sweet spot of the strikes.
Yeah.
That's a,
Mhm.
and he
The sweet spot, the strike
you know,
zone,
whatever.
the-
This is what he does, and he does it well.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
5
And
holes,
this is-
whatever. It's like right there.
I agree with that.
All right, well,
He's coloring within the lines.
right, Jared, how would you place the body and strength of that?
It's a bit of a sleeper, especially like because that I think Pulo's talking about that strength just kind of builds. It's not right there up front.
No, I agree.
Man, that spice just starts.
Well, the interesting thing
Taking off.
is, I think the flavor takes off, the spice, I'm sorry, but the strength where everything starts to kind of come up. It hits that medium point, and the strength tapers off.
You think it's medium strength?
I think it's medium strength.
Okay.
But however,
Mm.
like the intensity of the flavors, where the strength plateaus,
Right.
the intensity of the flavors continues to ramp up. So I tend to find the flavors more full while the strength is more medium. If
Okay.
that-
Okay, because
okay.
I said medium plus, but
Well, it's just that they're so intense.
Once again, I don't want to
You know?
get bogged down in semantics, but when I think of like strong, I think of nicotine strong.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is
No.
nicotine.
no, it's not.
I agree.
No,
But when I
it's
think
not
of
that.
full bodied, I think of
Mhm.
having a nice host of flavors. Not necessarily complex, mind you,
All right,
but
okay.
just having like a full bodied, full mouthful experience,
Sure.
right? Like eating a good meal and being satiated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this I think along with Pulo, this could be a medium-bodied cigar that has medium strength cigar with full-bodied characteristics.
And you're defining the problem that almost everybody has when they're defining cigars.
Yeah.
Which is not differentiating between strength and body.
Yeah.
Ryan, how we doing down there?
Yeah.
Doing pretty good. I'm definitely more on the that side of the table with the complexity. I'm definitely more agreeing that it feels a little less complex than other cigars.
Mm-hmm.
That's my man. That's my
Okay.
man.
We'll make some room for him down here. Then. All right, strength wise.
Strength wise, I definitely am getting closer to the medium strength. I was actually a little surprised when I started because I just think I just expected a stronger cigar.
Yes, I did too. Absolutely.
So I was like a little surprised when I first started, and it was like kind of not anything that was like, oh man.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
It
That
is,
I
'cause
was expecting a
How
stronger cigar too.
happens?
Yeah.
Like My Father Cigars, generally it's cayenne or pepper, whatever, indistinguishable pepper,
Mm.
right? It's pepper on the front, and then it mellows out. This
Yeah.
is almost vice versa. It starts out with those, like we all said, starts out really nice and sweet and milder. Now that I can say that word again, and then it builds both in strength and body, in intensity and body, but it doesn't really get over past medium as far as like, I'm not getting sweats. I'm, smoking
Right.
this on an empty stomach. My hands aren't shaking.
Oh, wow.
It's fine,
Right.
Okay. Did anybody retrohale this cigar?
Yeah. That's so
What
weird.
did
I
you
was
get
just
out
gonna-
of
I was
that?
just going to ask you that.
Okay, yeah, I did, but go ahead. What did you get at?
It's a weird retro, and I don't mean weird in a bad way. It's
Yeah.
just it's hard to nail it down. Like so many times when I'm smoking a cigar, the retro is very floral. This one's not very floral. I think we're getting it's definitely a ton of spice in the retro,
Oh wow.
but it's not burning my nose.
No.
It's a lot of spice that's not overwhelming that olfactory section of my my palate there. So
It's a drier spice, right?
yeah, it's like a drier. I don't know what I would call it, but it's kind of in the vein of like maybe a mishmash of everything that we're talking about with this earth, this wood, this spice,
Yeah.
But it's just like it's what a retro really should be. It's an amplification
Yeah.
of the flavor.
I got like a mix of I put here a combination of black pepper and some cinnamon, But
Yeah.
that was in this, my sample cigars. But this one is a little smoother and,
It's definitely
less
smooth,
peppery.
yeah.
So it's really amazing,
It's
Yeah.
it's a tough nut to crack. It's strong but smooth, and
Mhm.
it's not too over the top.
Right.
I would have a hard time probably nailing down
Mhm.
putting the cigar into a box because it's just not. It doesn't really fit into
Yeah.
any one box.
Yeah.
Well,
John,
it fits into that one.
Oh, oh, this guy.
so John, what
Me?
based on your sample, what
Yes.
did you think of like how was the last section for you?
So the interesting thing is that last section, I alluded to it a little bit before. It actually gets a little toasty here. Still, there's that undercurrent of the Habano citrus and the mineral earth. But what I found most
Mhm.
interesting of all is right at the very end. So you've taken off the band. You think you got a couple more puffs left in it.
Mhm.
Now, whether this is just because it's getting to the end or not, by the nub, spice comes in, spikes the football, and has like a little bit of an espresso complement to it.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like boom right at the end, and then it's lights out. It's like the fireworks going off at the end of the show.
See, I picked that up.
Wow.
Look, what's the last flavor note I have?
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
See.
Yep. The Crown Heads make cigars at the My Father factory. They're usually spectacular. And this would fit the bill there. But I almost want to say it's like Pepin Plus. Like to me, goes a little beyond what you would consider as the standard like Pepin, Pepper Blast,
Yeah.
right? So it's dare I say a little more sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
Refined, maybe like refined.
Yeah, a little more
Yeah,
refined
okay,
and sophisticated than your run of the mill My Father or your run of the mill Crown Head. So it
Mhm.
it fits the bill as like a limited edition. It definitely does the Las Calaveras line proud, and it
Mhm.
does
Yeah.
the My Father factory proud.
All right. Well, anyway, I've been buying the Las Calaveras samplers for like the past 4 years or so. Okay. So mostly because I like to have that exclusive fourth cigar,
You're a
that
pro.
you can't, that you can't get So I think that the smoke is definitely sweet, it's spicy, it's earthy, it's very smooth, it has excellent balance, and a few interesting drive-by notes. I got some drive-by vanilla and
I
some,
can see that.
yeah, some drive-by, some leather in there. Now, the wrapper I thought was outstanding in terms of its flavor, and obviously this is a no-brainer if you like Nicaraguan puros. This
Oh,
is a
for sure.
no-brainer. So it is a little bit pricey, but based on I think the overall quality of the tobaccos and the construction, I think it's worth the investment. And since we're getting close to holiday gift giving time, I thought it would make a good holiday season gift or even a celebration cigar.
I agree with that.
So that's my take.
Yeah.
JP, how about you?
So I like Pepin Plus, by the way.
What's that?
I said I like Pepin Plus. I'm gonna write that down. So Las Calaveras, probably the best known line from Crowned Heads, I think, at this point, just because of that one time it did so well ratings wise, and it came out and set the cigar world on fire 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it pretty much, I mean, that was one of those lightning in a bottle moments that it put Las Calaveras on the map, and everybody was like every year waiting for it just to drop. So now, that was then. I think this is now. This is a little bit different. So, not as savory maybe as I expected. So it had like kind of a thinner profile. Wasn't as well rounded, but I think
Okay.
it was plenty meaty, but not maybe as savory as what I probably again what I expected.
Mhm.
So why do you smoke this? And I think there are three reasons. I think the first one is to keep your streak alive if you've had the previous 9.
Right. Yeah.
I think number 2 is to check the box that you did this year's, which
Mhm.
it sounds like you're doing.
Mhm.
And number 3, I think if you're new to cigars and you're new to all this, especially when you run across something like that's a limited edition and they've been doing this for 10 years.
Mhm. Yeah, this
know-
is their 10th anniversary, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
so
great.
this is a case where, okay, this has been going on for 10 years, maybe, and you see that everybody's talking about it. So, what is this Las Calaveras business? So this is a kind of a good opportunity. This is why you try it. Maybe you pick up a sampler like Gary's talking about to see what some of the different blends taste like. But, until you've tried it or, pick up a couple of singles or something like that. But that's, I think, why you take this. Check the box, keep your streak going. And just to say, if you've never had it before, okay, I get it now.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for our review of the Las Calaveras 2024 LC52. Thanks to John, Paul, Jarrett, Ryan, and you for watching. Remember, you'll find the Las Calaveras 2024 LC52 cigars and all the many other fine cigars from Crowned Heads at Famous Smoke Shop Online. Please follow us at cigaradvisor.com, X, and Facebook, and
Can I stop you?
TikTok. Yeah.
You're not done yet, unfortunately.
I'm not telling you.
I want to just say something to everybody because it occurs to me that this is our last panel review with Gary because
That's right.
G-Man over here is going to be retiring at the end of the year.
Yes.
And I just wanted to thank you
Oh,
for everything, man.
you're quite well.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Well, I don't think it's worth crying over, but I'm not going to be disappearing. I'll still be around. I'm not just going away. But yeah, I've been with Famous for 23 years, and there's some other things I want to do, and I thought this was a good time to do it. So thank you guys. These guys are the best. I'm telling you right now, Ryan, you're in for a great time. This is the best crew to be with in the whole company. And I know that for a fact. All right,
Best of luck, brother.
thank you.
We love
You too. And if you like this video, click like, okay? And share the video with your cigar smoking compadres. For Cigar Advisor, this last time, I'm Gary Korb, and thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next Cigar Advisor Cigar Review panel, Cigar Review.